Hey, happy Wednesday, everyone. Hope you are doing well. It is a beautiful day today. A little warm outside. Summer is here. Although it's not officially summer yet. I think the first day of summer will be this weekend, but it is feeling like summer already. So I think it's here. And I hope you're having an amazing day. I hope everything is going well for you. And this is In the Raw, unscripted, unpracticed, unedited conversation. And I was thinking, what prompts us to seek God? You know, at some point, if you believe in God, whether or not you have a relationship with Him, you know, at some point you are prompted to seek God. You either know somebody that is closer to God, or that goes to church, or that you feel like they're more of a righteous person. I don't know how to put it, but and you talk to them and you say, please, can you pray for me? Can you help me with this? And ask God for an answer, or for healing, or whatever. So we, at some point, the point I'm trying to make is that at some point in our lives, we are seeking God. We seek God. I know that if you believe in God, you've probably have done that. You are, you ask people, or you yourself seek God. And, that's something that we all do. But when do we seek God? Or why do we wait for that moment to seek God when things are not going well? This reminds me of a story from the 19th century, 1896. A French sculptor named Auguste Rodin created a sculpture, and he called it the Hand of God. It was a hand. And it was holding a piece of earth. And from this piece of earth emerged two human figures representing Adam and Eve. And this sculpture became very popular, and people from many parts of the world visited the museum in Paris to see and appreciate it. And it became so popular that someone stole it from the museum where it was on display. And the next day, the headlines in the newspapers read, the newspapers in Paris, they read, "The hand of God is missing." Have you ever felt that the hand of God has been absent from your life, and that has prompted you to seek Him? Have you ever felt, that God isn't there, and you're going through a tough situation, and you're wondering, where is God? Maybe you wonder, does God know that what I'm going through right now? Does He know that I'm going through a bad time? And I know that in my spiritual walk, I've had some moments that I felt that way. I'm going to confess. I've been, there's been times where I've questioned, does God know the struggle I'm having right now? Does He know? Is He aware of this struggle? And I've asked Him, where are you, God? I've blatantly and literally asked Him, where are you, God? Where's your hand? Because right now I don't feel it. And, I'm sure that we've all been through that. And one of the people that I admire most in the Bible story, if you're familiar with the stories in the Bible, is the father of the demon-possessed boy who went to Jesus and said, "Can you heal my son?" He went and asked him, "Can you heal my son?" And Jesus looks at him and says, "Yeah, I can heal your son." Then he asks him a question. Jesus, "Do you think I can heal him?" And in my opinion, I think that gives one of the most honest answers in the Bible. He just says, he looks at Jesus and he says, "Yes, I believe you can heal him." And so when I feel distant from God, I think of stories like these, and I say, I must also be honest and believe that God can work in my life, And so we need to be honest with God. We need to be honest with ourselves and say, I believe that you are there, God. I believe that you can help me. I believe that you can bring me out of this. Be honest with, I'm going through a tough time. Sometimes we're not even honest about that. We don't want everybody else to know that we're going through stuff. But in our Christian life, or not, even not if you're not a Christian, this happens to us. It's not that we doubt God, but sometimes our faith fails. It's normal. We're human, right? On the one hand, I want to be committed to God. I want to always walk by faith. But on the other hand, when I'm faced with difficulties, I feel that my faith fails and I feel that I'm going to stumble. So one thing that I've learned when I've been through difficult times is that faith is a choice. It's not something that you feel, it's a choice. I choose to believe that God is who he says he is and that he will do what he promised to do despite my problems and circumstances, in spite of how I feel. He wants to be real in my life. And so when I decide to have faith in God, I can find him. God is there. Jeremiah 29:13 says, if you seek me wholeheartedly, you will find me. And what does it mean to seek God wholeheartedly? What is doing something wholeheartedly? The next few videos, I will be talking about this and what this means, and I will be using an example from an amazing story in the Bible. So I hope I see you next time, and we will continue talking about this. All right. Have a great rest of your day and week.